Should a viral TikTok video determine whether or not you lose your job? That is the discussion after one Amazon driver found himself on the unemployment line. Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for taking a moment out of your day to join us. So this is going to be a quick one, I think. We're doing these news stories until we get the podcast up and running. But there was a very interesting story recently involving Amazon, one of their drivers, and a TikToker. Now, to clarify before we get going, no, this was not one of the Amazon Flex drivers who was a independent contractor. At least it doesn't seem like that's the case. This person was clearly identified as someone who works for Amazon, who is an Amazon driver. And unless the flex drivers are also being lumped together with the employees, which if that is the case, then of course you should be even more concerned about how these companies are abusing independent contractor status. But unless that comes out later, I'm just going to assume this was an employee, and we're going to talk about his actions, Amazon's response to the actions, and really the gray area on why I'm a little bit more conflicted about the situation than you would think. But before we do that, if this is your first time here and have to like videos like this, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and smash that like. I appreciate it very much, especially for all of you returning subscribers, and also leave a comment about topics you might want to hear about on future videos for this channel. So anyway, like I said, not going to do a lot of editing. This is going to be like a little quick one. So a story hit recently that there was this wasn't a story really. At first it was a TikTok video. And the TikTok video is pretty innocuous. Someone is recording an Amazon delivery truck, and it's just parked there, and before you know it, a woman is exiting the vehicle. A woman in a black dress exits the vehicle. We do not know what was going on that was the reason for her being in there. We don't know how long she was in the van. The video shows no back and forth motion, if you know what I mean. So, we can't for sure know if there was something of an inappropriate nature going on. But the video was put on TikTok, and I believe it was captioned something along the lines of the Amazon way, or, the Amazon difference, something like that. And Amazon, of course, got a hold of the video because it went viral. It got like over 1 million views. And Amazon saw the video, saw the timestamp, saw the license plate, deducted who it is because Amazon's got a lot of data. I have no doubt they could find out who this person is, and they promptly fired that person. Now, the driver's comment on all this is that, first of all, he knew he was going to be fired once he saw that video go out there and go viral. He figured it was just a matter of time, and he was right. He does deny any inappropriate misconduct happening, and he points out that there were no packages that were stolen or misplaced. All packages on that day were delivered, and in fact, he claims he has never lost a package, that he has been a model Amazonian, because that's what they call them, Amazonians. Well, of course, Amazon had a different opinion. Their opinion is that they have very high standards, and it's true, they have very high inhumane standards, in my opinion, but they say they have very high standards, and so of course they fired him. But that's not even the craziest part. Now, normally this would be a pretty open and shut case, and I would actually normally be on Amazon's side here, to be perfectly honest. If this is an Amazon employee, and again, I'm assuming it is because all they're saying is it's an Amazon driver. If it turns out this was a Flex employee, well, my opinion might change just a little bit, because again, they're supposed to be independent contractors, and how they want to take their breaks is entirely up to them, in my opinion. If they are running their business and they don't have a problem with bringing people in the vehicles that they are leasing from Amazon, well, then I might have a different opinion on this. But hey, if it is an Amazon employee, then yeah, Amazon in their policy basically states that non-Amazon employees can't enter the truck. Guy clearly violated that, doesn't matter what they were doing, and they let him go. Here's where I got a little nervous about the thing. Apparently, this video is not recent. This video was taken back in 2019. 2019, that was 2 years ago. Now, why wasn't it uploaded at that moment in time? I don't know. I really do not know. And so the video is uploaded rather late, almost 2 years later. After it's been uploaded, more than 2 years, almost 2 years later, then it goes viral. Now at this point, that kind of changes my opinion of it a little bit. Because first of all, it was already making me just a little uncomfortable that this was like just some random person who recorded him and then the guy got fired. But you know what? You get caught doing something wrong to a certain extent, that's your fault. It doesn't matter if someone caught you recording it and you didn't give them permission. You got caught. But here's the thing. This incident wasn't even recent. We don't know if this happened again. We don't know if he's been doing it for a long time. We don't know if this was like a one-time thing, a one-time slip-up. But the bottom line is, if there was a time to address it, the time was 2 years ago, not 2 years later. That, in my opinion, is kind of weird that that's going on. And it's also even more unsettling because even though I do believe that people should be aware that there are cameras everywhere and you probably shouldn't do illegal things in public because there's a good chance someone might record you, I feel a little uncomfortable about, you know, these random videos of complete strangers popping up on TikTok years later for reasons we don't know, and then all of a sudden they are losing their job. Their face and is everywhere. This person has declined to give their name out, and I totally understand why. I wouldn't want my name going out there either, because this is the kind of thing that can ruin your life forever. But what if his name had gone out there? What if he was one Google search away from every single employer noting that this guy did one thing, and then 2 years later Amazon fired him, and what's his recourse? You know, we have statute of limitations in the court of public law, and we have them for a reason. Because cases that are a certain age old, it's very hard to compile evidence. It really becomes a he said, she said situation. And if it was really that damaging, you should have reported it back then, not all these years later when people have more or less moved on with their lives. I think something like that should exist for situations like this, because, you know, we are in a brand new world where, you know, when I was getting my first jobs, I could not imagine a scenario in which I could be filming me and my buddies doing something dumb and then getting a job, and then 5-10 years later that video resurfaces and now all of a sudden I'm losing work over it. It seems extremely, extremely unfair. And I don't know what to do about it. I mean, yes, these companies can work with whoever they want. Yes, you probably should not have been doing it in the first place, but then we do live in this world where we do things when we are younger. We grow up, we realize maybe that's not how we should be acting, and we change our ways. Nobody made us change our ways. We just want to change our ways. But then old stuff resurfaces, and provided that that old stuff is not illegal, which is of course a very different thing, but as long as the stuff's not illegal and it's just from a different time, maybe there should be a statute of limitations to whether or not that stuff can be used against people when it comes to termination or discipline. From my perspective, 2 years is way too late to discipline for this. At worst, Amazon should have talked to the guy and said, hey, we know this was 2 years ago and we have not gotten any complaints. We're going to assume this is a one-off thing, but we do want to remind you that this is against our policy, and if you are caught doing this in the near future, you will be reprimanded next time. I think that would have been much more fair. Not that I expect Amazon to treat people fair. They don't. They absolutely don't. But yeah, so that's where we are, and it's a weird scenario, and I guess I'm making this video because I want to know what you think about this. Do you think this guy should have been fired? Do you think Amazon was right to do it? Does the fact that it happened 2 years ago, does that make a difference? Like, what do you guys think? I would love to know. So you know the drill. Comment below. like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one. Oh, one more thing before we go. So I have a P.O. box, and occasionally people will send me gifts at the P.O. box and fan mail. And I very much appreciate anything I get, but some people, I just want to say, please, I appreciate when you send me gifts, but make sure that your money is well spent. So someone recently, I guess as a gag because they saw my other channel that I complained about, decided to give me Space Jam: A New Legacy. And then for kicks and giggles, they said maybe I could review it someday, the Hero of Color City. To this person, first of all, thank you for the gift, but you know what? Here's the thing. Money's tight these days, inflation is coming up. I would much rather you spend money on yourself than deliberately send me things that you know I'm not going to like. But who knows? Maybe I'll try a movie review of the Hero of Color City. Maybe this could be interesting. I don't know. I mean, I appreciate that you're sending me something, but you know, if you're deliberately sending me stuff that you know I'm gonna hate because you think it's funny, I think you would be better spent buying yourself something nice instead. So, but anyway, that's all I want to say. Maybe we'll do this one. I don't know.